if if the worst case scenario comes true, this will be your ABC, and then wherever it ends up, it's going to have a trend continuation. Now, I don't think it's going to go like that. I think it's going to go like this. If anything, it'll go like this, and then I'll just probably die out a little bit. And then when the market's ready to go again, it'll take off out of there, guys. Something like that. It might dip down here a little bit or something like that too, guys, on the total three. If this does happen, a lot of these coins, guys, that you're looking at, they're not going to make it. So if you take a look at the whole thing, and for the coins that were around and had to go through this and went through this, and then they got some life brought back to them right here, and then they got to go through something like this over here again. Dude, I'm telling you, man, those coins, they're just, I imagine a lot of them will be abandoned. They'll just say, forget it, They'll just say, that's what I think is probably going to happen, guys. So be careful which coins that you pick. There's still some pretty decent projects out there. Caspa coin, I already told you guys about Caspa coin. I have right here, guys. I already exited out of Caspa coin, and it's going right here. Might go up to the box. I like, sometimes I like to exit early rather than late. It just depends. You could be a late exit or you could be an early exit. Most people go up, they see it start to come back down and they exit. Rarely do they hit the exact top, but I do think it's going to do a trend back down here. And it looks like a 2-month correction all the way into October for Caspa coin. So get your capital, and then you can put your capital use to some other place to make money. Bitcoin, more than likely, is probably going to be your best shot. If you put it in another altcoin, more than likely, it's probably not going to make as much as you want. But then you can come back over here and pick up more Caspa. As an example, guys, okay? Is what I would be doing with Caspa coin, guys. Nakamoto Games, I told you guys about this one. I exited out of Nakamoto Games here, and it had a peak up there, did another double hit, go hit that supply again, it's going to come back down. And you have to realize, a bullish target is going to be 34 cents. And if it gets even more bearish, another 19 cents target. So this was a pretty good deal right here. That was almost 200% on that move, more than XRP, by the way. And just had to have a little bit more patience. You had to have a little bit of patience with Nakamoto Games. Not as much as XRP, though. JD, I'm just making fun of you a little bit. But you got a little bit more gains over here. But then you could give all your gains back, and you could do a whole round trip. Don't want to do a round trip, guys. Not in the market that you're in right now. Not in the market that you're in right now. I'm telling you. Take your freaking profits in this market right now. Okay, guys? Altcoin here is looking like it's doing like something like blah, 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 blah. You turn on the algos, it's doing like this basketball. I call it the basketball death. Not saying quant's dying, but this trend, nobody's interested in quant. So it has a bounce. It has a bounce. Boom, boom, boom. It's like a basketball. Has a bounce. Boom, boom. And they get smaller. Bounce and a bounce. And like, nobody likes me anymore. And it just kind of goes like that and has to wait for the whole market support to give it back, guys. This is what quant is doing. So, like I said, with quant, you have to wait for the wave and then the correction. And a clean wave. That's not a clean wave, guys. That's not a clean wave. That's a mess. So, okay. Anyhow, so going back to Bitcoin, guys, is that the long-term time frame I'm looking at is, after it's done in this area. So if it did finish a wave there, the 50% is definitely going to be a target too, guys, on linear. Check it on linear. Probably won't be that shallow. If this happens to be a third wave of this wave right here, what's 50%? 28.3. Would you go figure, right? 28,295. So there you go. Right at the bottom of the fair value gap. So 28.5. That's a daily fair value gap, by the way, guys. 28.5. It come down, probably wick there, boom. But, if you're wanting to pick this up for a ride this way, then, I would definitely not have just one order right here, guys, like 28,295. I would have two right here, because sometimes it just goes there and you miss it, and then, you're going to do something at the store, you're going somewhere and you come back, Bitcoin's up here, 29.3. and you have your one order in at 50%, but more than likely it'll tag that. But it just all depends on how you want to play it to mitigate your risk on getting in and mitigating your risk of like missing it and stuff like that. So that's how I'm looking at that with Bitcoin, guys. And then you know, this newfound this I don't want to say it's newfound information that I have, but it just seems like the worst could be coming true. Okay. And I know some people are going to have some arguments that, this is a fifth wave. Bitcoin's going into a fifth wave and it's blasting up to these $170 target or 170K targets, 145K targets, all this stuff, guys. Look, I am the first one. If I'm going to be a moon boy when it's time to be a moon boy, okay, I have no problem with that. I mean, obviously in crypto, you're better to be a moon boy. I mean, like when the stuff's going up, it's going up. So you're better off being a moon boy, in my opinion. But when it's time to be a bear boy, you should be a bear boy too. What I'm saying is it's definitely time to be cautious with Bitcoin after it gets down here. Pay attention to this correction. Keep an eye on your altcoins. Look at exit strategies. How you want to plan, how you want to do that with your altcoins, and then where's Bitcoin going to go to? So 40, like I said, 40K. Well, the next step is the 36. You got 40, 43,000, and as high as 48,000, guys. There's 43,000 and high as 48,000, which is right up there, guys. Okay. And there's also two higher targets than that where it can come up here, do a correction, go that way. Now, the question is how is Bitcoin going to do that? And these altcoins are not going to pop off like crazy. That's a good question, guys. I don't know. Like I said, I think that there is going to be another push on the altcoins. I don't think the pump is going to be as aggressive as most people think. Now, some of them are going to pump a lot. Okay. There's going to be the rare cases of the small minority of altcoins that are back brand new, like this freaking Libra Finance, which, by the way, I was looking at that. I was like trying to decide whether I wanted to get in this thing. And it was going up and down, up and down, up and down so crazy that, I like this thing did a shot. I was like, okay, this thing, if it's going to do a shot, I figured, oh yeah, maybe get down here. I told the guy on Twitter like $1.40, $2 or something like that. Maybe this thing will do a shot to like $4 or $5, $6. This thing did a shot to like almost $20, guys. I mean, this thing did a serious shot. But what's the point? If you didn't exit out on that, right? Like, look at this thing. Shot right there. You got your 8X on it. And, I guess you have to have your limit order in there. I don't know how old this coin is, how new the coin is. Could you get your money out? Were there liquidity issues? Like one guy's talking about making all this money in these meme coins. And this guy is able to find these meme coins, like this system that he has to find the meme coins. And you can enter in and these things do like a 4, 5, 6X. And he's like real consistent with it. But the problem is you can't put any money in them. You put like $50 or $100 because if it goes up that high, you can't get your freaking money out with a whole big bag in there. You can't get anything out of it. So I'm like this is like a little, it's, I guess, I mean, it's cool. I guess it's better than losing money. So anyhow, I don't know about that one. It did its initial shot. Usually when you see a shot like this, they're going to hang out here for a long while, usually, and then they have another shot, guys. So let me see some other coins. There are some coins that look like you're going to be doing a shot too, like Rose coin. I was looking at this one and not much of a shot, but it looked like it was going to be doing a 5 cents up to 7 or 8 cents, guys, or something like that. But like I said, the worst of what I was thinking was going to be happening could happen. Now there's XRP, which is, it looks like it's going to stay bullish. I made an update to this. And as long as Bitcoin, here's two coins that are going to be bullish, guys. There's XRP and Stellar for some reason. Okay. So XRP, it could actually do a shot right up like this, guys. It could be going up for this fifth wave and do a shot here soon. But I do think it's going to, once it's finished with this shot in this area, I think it's going to come back down. I think August, September, it could do another shot. And there's December too, it could do another shot. Okay. I put that on Twitter. And you know, this whole thing here, man, you're gonna have to have your limit orders on XRP, guys, to do that. Okay. Um, for one thing is that, you know, I would say if you can get like 60 to 55 cents, obviously if you're taking a lot of risk by just waiting for it, if you're trying to get in on the next shot, because it could just rip without you. But I'd say the sweet spot for XRP is like 55, 60-ish cents, something like that. And then maybe you can get into another shot. You might have to wait a little while. You know, it's not going to happen tomorrow. And I would have orders here on this. Okay, so if this is coming up for a fifth wave, it might break that 94 cents. So you might get a shot to $1.07. So, you know, I mean, like you're gonna have to figure out, like, definitely right there is going to be a spot 94 cents. Take some off the table, and then in this area, because you know it's going to come up and then right back down, more than likely, guys. And then this is a shot back down. I think there's going to be another shot like 2 months later, and maybe another one in December or something like that. It seems like that's what it's going to do. The other one is Stellar. XLM is Stellar here, guys. For some reason, this thing wants to go. I got targets on this one here, boom, and it wants to go up to 30 cents. It's not doing anything fantastical, but it's in an uptrend. It's going to be going into an uptrend for some reason. Stellar and XLM. I mean, I need to go find some, look at these other older coins too, guys, to see what's going on with them. So Solana, I have this. Let me see here. Yeah, that target, that's my target on Solana, guys. That I mean, in previous videos, if you're in it. Personally, if it gets up into this area, you know, this is where the professional traders will definitely be taking profits, guys. Okay, so it could gravitate up there. You know, you want to take your profits out of there because they will be taking their profits out of there too on Solana. And if you take a look at Solana, guys, this is a very concerning pattern. This is one of the things that I was a little bit concerned with. And this is a good example. Most of the altcoins, you know, you have like Gala, it made this move. It came over here and it's making this move. Once again, now, if you want to be bullish, fine. It's going to come back down here and then make another one. Well, Bitcoin does another move up possibly, but it's looking awfully like a nice three-way move to me, guys. That's a little bit concerning to me. I'm saying like three-way move just like that, and that's a little bit concerning. That's can it be impulsive? Yeah, it could be, but it's looking awfully three-wave-ish, guys. It's looking awfully three-wave-ish. Okay, so that whole thing, if this is done, it could come back down and be going into another trend down, guys. So you want to be aware of that. Take your profits out of Solana. Okay, I know, man. You go on those YouTube videos and everybody talks about how they bought Solana $8 and it's up here 25, and they're down. I bought it 13. It's up here, but very few, you know, unless they're doing it privately. They're doing it privately in some sort of subscription service, are not telling you that they're exiting. Okay. They're not going to make people aware of that. The regular people that are not being in the know, if you will, are just buying it and holding it, buying it because they're telling you it's going to go up to $250 again, and very well could. Solana, Solana has potential to go up to those numbers again, in my opinion. It does. It's just not ready to do it now. It's just not ready to do it now. So that's the thing, guys. So let me see. So Gala is the same thing. Let's go over this chart right here, guys. Okay. So the deal is with Gala is it made a nice move like Solana, right? It's back down, came to this demand zone, and it's getting out of there. Now, this can make a move up there to 6 or 7 cents, and you would think they could do it. However, the cryptocurrency market is so freaking weak, guys. It's so weak. It should be able to rip one of those off. Maybe when Bitcoin goes up, if perhaps it does, this is all based on Bitcoin making another move back up, that it can make a move back up there, guys, okay? So otherwise, more than likely, it's looking like kind of like Solana, that it's going to be making a move like that, guys. It's going to be a three-wave move, okay? It's going to more than likely be a three-wave move. And I know a lot of you people out there, or whoever's in mainstream and all sorts of shit, is not going to want to hear this, man. You know, if you got a problem with it, man, just go back and watch your YouTube channels and you get back to your rainbows and roses, man, and you just live in la la land, man. My channel's not going to be about that. It's going to be about reality, what's going on, and all the narratives going in. People start talking about the bull market coming back in 2025, 2025. Everybody's going to be millionaires if you buy right now. And you know what? I do hope that that's going to happen for a lot of people. And if you buy in at the halving date, you know, Bitcoin is going to be going up, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I mentioned previous videos, I was like, look, guys, this whole halving thing, you know, worked for the past 10 to 12 years, makes sense. While S&P 500 is bullish, and, you know, it can change. It's not always going to go on forever. It's just not, guys. It's not going to be that easy forever. It's common sense in the markets, man. It's just, you know, it's just common sense in the markets. But, you know, and like I said on a previous video, I showed the algos, man, algos going up. Maybe Bitcoin hits 43, 48K, 48K, those numbers like that. And then it's going to be doing a reversal in the area that is suggesting that that area could happen, happens to be somewhere near the halving event. So more than likely in this dip that it's going to be doing, it's going to be going up. So dip down near the halving event, people are going to buy that dip. It's going to go up and roll over. So that's a good, you have a good shot that that could be happening. I just don't think Bitcoin's going to roll over right now too. Ethereum, you know, you really want to see Ethereum break this high, guys. Okay, you want to see Ethereum get up into the box. And there's, looks like it's going to be some targets getting up in there into that box, guys, okay? In this area too, with Ethereum, get back down up there. Just going to have to see how this is going to play out. I mean, you definitely can get a bullish move out of this. You know, this is a wave 1, 2, and maybe it's going up for another one, and then it's going to start getting out there. That'd be good for the altcoin market, potentially. But there's some weakness coming into Ethereum, guys. I mean, I don't know the way to put it. There's weakness coming into Ethereum. So that's all I'll say about that. All right, guys. Other coins, man, you know, take an evaluation, guys. Look at your coins. Okay. ICP, you know, take a look at this coin, guys. All right. It's still below that freaking trend line, man. I mean, you're definitely buying the bottom. There's no doubt about that, guys. But at the end of the day, it is having a serious struggle to get out of there. You know, if there's a shot up here to ICP to say its previous area, 4, 6, 8, maybe even hits near $9, I would exit. I would exit, guys. I wouldn't play around. I would exit on that one. Let's see. Lido was a pretty good deal. You know, buying that at $1.80, ran up to $2.35. I'm actually trying to look at some trades and things like that, guys. But at the end of the day, too, I want to say something about that. The cryptocurrency market is so illiquid right now. You know, it's like I don't even need like somebody to tell me that. I can just tell by like looking at it, the charts and everything. I can just tell. I can get a sense of that. That's one of the reasons why people go over to the ES and the NASDAQ or the NDQs to trade. Because one of the things for trading to make it not easier, if you will, but they look for liquidity. They want a liquid market, and the two most liquid markets in the world are the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. So they trade on the ES minis, and then they trade on the NDQs. So if you're looking at that, seriously consider, like, if you're wanting to do shorter trades and things like that, you may want to consider checking into that. Okay, it's going to be the same thing as Bitcoin. It's probably, you'll find that it may be a little bit easier, if you will, in a way. But the market is so illiquid in for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and you know, it makes for frustrating times, guys. Is what goes on. I could just hang out in there. Let me go to back to Bitcoin. Let me check it out. Just make for some frustrating times and sits in a correction for a much longer time, guys. So unfortunately, wanted to get you guys a heads up. You know, I don't, you know, I really didn't want to be the bearer of bad news or anything like that, or just tell people like, oh, like this is what's going on. But like, I don't want people to that are at least listening to me, like, you don't have to take my advice either, man. Like, you could just say, this guy's out of his freaking mind. Bitcoin's going to 120 or 140K. you know, and hey, by all means, that $28,300 dip, buy it. I still suggest buying that $28,300 Bitcoin dip. I mean, you'll get a ride at least to, I would say at least to, as a minimum, 38K. And depending on how you're going to do it, you know, like you could get a 36K, right? And, you know, from 28 to 36, you're probably looking at what, 25, 30%, depending on what you do, leverage trade, et cetera. You could be looking at a lot more. So that's a reality of it. And also, it could go higher, 43, it could go 48, maybe even higher than that, guys. But the thing that's concerning with Bitcoin with me right now is that, yeah, I have algos, everything suggesting it's going up to 48K, but I have other suggestions that the rest of the crypto market really is going to do maybe one more pump and start rolling over. Okay. And the market is feeding right into this, guys. I mean, look at this stuff. I think BlackRock ETF guys are behind all this crap. Personally, I wouldn't be surprised. They come out, oh yeah, man, we're going to open up this ETF. And everybody's like, you know, now they got news articles out saying $30 freaking trillion worth of money is going to go into crypto, which, by the way, at the end of the article, he said there was like less than 50% chance that would happen. Right. So now you have articles like that to suck people in. So is there a game going on here right now with them, with the big money institution players like the BlackRocks? I'm sure BlackRock has Bitcoin somewhere, whether they're in MicroStrategy or however they're doing it. I'm sure they're doing it somehow. And, you know, to bounce up Bitcoin to say 43, 48K to dump on everybody's heads. In the meantime, if Bitcoin's going to be doing that trek all the way up there, imagine all the you think the news media is getting crazy right now? Wait until it gets up a little bit higher. It's going to be even nuts. Oh yeah. Next thing you know, article guy comes out. There's going to be $60 trillion worth of $60 trillion of money going into crypto, right? Watch. It'll come. So that's how I'm looking at that. And the other areas, let's put it in the media. That's what kind of clued me into it too, guys, was that I was looking at the things and just kind of putting everything together with Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market and just asking myself some questions going, hey, why, like I said with Litecoin, let's go to Litecoin real quick. Hold on, guys. Let's go to Litecoin, right? So I was explaining this with Litecoin, guys, okay? The reality of it is, and very few people do this. I don't know why they don't analyze things like this. Like I said, guys, a clean chart is a happy chart. It's like a clean, taken care of car is a happy car, right? A clean, taken care of car is a happy car, right? If you take care of your vehicle and it's like happy, I'm just being a little facetious, but this is some crap that I learned in the military, right? You take care of your shit, it will take care of you, right? Same thing with your vehicle. It's the same thing with the chart, okay? If your chart looks clean, it probably means the market likes it. If you have a messy chart, like I say, the first thing I do is I go look at the chart. Somebody says, hey, check this out. I go, of course, in crypto, you know, you got charts that are like 4 days old. That doesn't count. I'm talking about like I go look at a stock, I go look at something, I go, let me look at the whole chart. What does it look like? Looks like a big ball of crap. I was like, wait a second. You know, there's some trades maybe in there, but I'm like, overall, it's not looking good. I'll show you a good example of what I'm talking about, guys. Okay. I'll show you a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Let's go to stocks. I'll show you Apple Computer. Okay. Here's Apple Computer. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me go to, let's say a 2-week chart. Okay. Here is Apple Computer, one of the biggest, baddest stocks on the planet. Okay. Without a doubt. The biggest company, however much market cap this thing has in the trillions, right? Okay. So you can plainly see in this area in the beginning with Apple, right? So here's April of 1982. I was alive around then. Macintosh computers were around. Very few people bought them. They were like 3 times more expensive. The Jobs guy, Steve Jobs guy, he was big into like, the software was better, Everything was better about Apple. They had better product. Everything was. And most people knew that, but nobody wanted to pay the premium price for it. Very few people did, except for the geeks. Okay. Most everybody I knew had IBM. By the way, you know, and then Bill Gates, he did this deal, like whatever. Like the guy's a businessman. He just went and stole the stuff, or had Wozniak or whoever steal this for me. We're going to go sell it to the company, sell it to people, right? Type of thing. But here's with Apple, you're like looking at this chart, right? And you're like going, okay, wait a second. You know, it wasn't too, it was still trending up and to the right, but I'm looking at this up until when? April 2003, 2002, 2003. What happened with Apple right around that time? They came out with the, not the iPod, not the iPad, the iPod. It was like late 90s. They had the iPod, right? Listen to your music without using the cassette, you know, cassette fucking. By the way, we had 8-tracks too, man. If you can believe 8-tracks, cassettes, get rid of the CDs, everything. You made it small. iPod, right? iPod comes out. And then what, in these little areas over here, 08, 07, 08, when it comes out, the iPhone, right? And then you can see it's off to the races. Now the market loves Apple. It wasn't too sure for quite some time. What's going on with this? It's somewhat bullish, you know, like if you bought Apple, let's say you bought Apple of, let me see, what is that? March of 82, and you held it to July of 2000 on the peak. 1,600% move, but it took 17, almost 20 years, which is not bad. But now, if you would have bought it at the bottom here, you know, you're looking at massive gains, guys, like 70-some%. Bought it at 25 cents down here, 37 cents. But my point is the chart. Ugly, kind of an ugly chart. It's okay. It's not super, super ugly, but ugly, ugly, ugly. And then now look, boom, there you go. That's my point, guys. That's my point I'm trying to make. Get you guys to see something like that. Now, over here with Litecoin. Go over to Litecoin. So, and I'll show you a comparison. Where's Litecoin? Litecoin, guys. So you got Litecoin, right? Here's Litecoin. I showed this in a previous video, guys. You know, you see this move back down, clean waves, and then you got a ball of mess, guys. Ball of mess. That's not to say that it can't pump, but I'd be willing to bet anybody, including you, JD, that it's not going to pump as much as people expect it to pump. Will it pump? Yeah, it'll pump, but it's not going to be as much. $1,000? Not this year, guys. Come on. 94 bucks up to $1,000 for 2023. Doubt it. But I think it's going to pump. I think it's going to be sideways. It's going to pump. And it's like, I think there's a high-end target like $300-400 bucks on Litecoin. Now, on the other hand, let's go ahead and take a look at XLM. Okay, XLM. Now you see XLM here. This is a pretty decent chart. Okay, so you just had a long correction over here. It was in, but nice wave, nice wave, nice wave, clean correction, nice wave, clean correction. And then guess what? XLM wants to go up to like 30-35 cents, something like this. XLM wants to make this move, like yeah, like that. Okay, so very clean chart. So, you know, people still like XLM, but you know, don't be surprised if it pulls kind of a Litecoin and it goes up here, right? Don't be surprised if this thing pulls a Litecoin, it goes up here and then it's going to come back down, right? And then maybe it's going to do a shot over there. You just have to wait 2 years for it. So, all right, guys. Anyhow, I'm kind of rambling on a little bit. I wanted to go over that, explain to you my position on everything. And I think, like I said, guys, it's definitely time to be cautious in the altcoin market. Okay, definitely time to be cautious in the altcoin market. And take your profits on your coins. Take your profits on XRP. Take your profits on Stellar, whichever of these coins are pumping. Aggressively take your profits. I cannot stress that enough. I think, you know, take your profits in Nakamoto Games. Take your profits in Caspa Coin. Take your profits in these coins, guys. Okay. Whichever ones you are in, BCH, all that stuff. Okay, guys. So you just really, really want to aggressively take your profits. All right, guys. Let me see. Bitcoin's trying to make a move up here. I think Bitcoin, you might see Bitcoin get 30,500, maybe 600, might even make a run at 30,800 or something like that. It's like another 500 points hit up there. And so I'm in some trades. I'll just exit out in that area, guys, is what I'm going to do. Go for a clean slate. Okay, guys. So, and check that out. But like, take your profits. Okay. I don't want you to just assume. Don't assume on Bitcoin here, guys, that let me go to a weekly chart. Don't assume, okay, that this is going up to here, okay, that this is going to be going up to here. All right. I don't think so, man. It's real, like 48 to 48K is looking like what's the target, guys. Up here to 48K, you might have a spike up to 55K. I think I'm being generous with 55K, but you know, and then either way, however you want to look at this, if Bitcoin is bullish, there will be a move, you know, maybe something like that, and then it's going to have a massive correction like this over here, guys. If it's bullish, it'll have something like this probably, you know, back up, boom, you know, not that deep, but you know what I mean, right? It'll still have this correction over here. Boom. Okay. And if not, it's continuing this trend over here. And this is a massive X wave. Massive X wave. That happens to, maybe it is coming true that this is an X wave going this way. A, B, C. It seems awfully big. I don't like that count because of how big it is for an X wave. You know, but you know, it's cryptocurrency. Take a look at it. So yeah, these would be targets. Look at that. 3.618 would be a target on this type of move, guys. You know, 2.618 definitely, and that would definitely be a target. So that's all I'm looking at it, guys. So yeah, I'm trying to, like, gosh, man, I don't know what else to say, guys. Like, you know, it's gonna have to be careful to the rest of the year, guys. Just be careful with your altcoins. Okay. Like I said, I'm saying it again. I'm exiting out of them. I'm exiting out of them on all the pumps. If I was in Cardano, it pumps, I would exit out on Cardano. If I was in Polkadot, it pumps, I would exit out on Polkadot. Whichever one of these popular ones is going around the tubes, HBAR. If HBAR pumps, I'm going to exit out HBAR. Algorand pumps, I would exit out Algorand, guys, period. Algorand's looking weak. Algorand's looking weak. No developers, not got anything going on in their chain. Weak, very, very weak. If there's a situation with this correction here, and it goes up and then Bitcoin comes down and does a correction over here, a coin like Algorand, how do you expect this to survive? Right? How would you expect that to survive? It won't. It probably won't, guys, if it does that. So anyhow, don't want to be too much bearer of bad news, but anyhow, the good news is that this, if it does pump, exit, get out, and start putting that focus. If you were going to stay in cryptocurrency, put that focus on Bitcoin, guys. Okay, and play with Bitcoin, because I think, you know, there's still a good shot that it's going to do a pump up. Okay, a pump up. How is this going to affect the crypto, Ethereum, and everything? And how much are they going to pump? You know, it was looking like at the beginning of the year that they were going to do a pretty darn good pump for a lot of them, but it's looking like they're kind of waning out. They're just kind of waning away and not able to keep up with the market, probably because they're in a corrective bounce, guys. So, all right. Just want to put that together for you guys and give you guys a heads up. It's definitely time to be cautious. I know the argument is with the S&P 500 guys and the NASDAQ look like they're going to peak out like right around January, February. So Bitcoin could be able to trend up into a move like that too. December, January, February, same thing probably with Bitcoin and just make its way up there. So anyhow, these are things I want to talk about more in Discord, guys, with some guys. I'm still getting that to put together, see how things are going to be going on with that. Give me like another week, 2 weeks, or something like that. See how that'll work itself out, and then we can have like talk and get more clarity on it in the Discord group about what is going on with the market. Give you my take on it, and I'm pretty sure that you're not going to be hearing much of what I'm going to be saying right now going on in the YouTubes, okay? The YouTubes. So, because most everybody right now are starting to get very, very bullish. As a matter of fact, they're getting overly bullish, guys. They're getting super optimistic, okay? Super optimistic or overconfidence. Okay, overconfidence. You don't want to be overconfident in the market. This is the worst place to be overconfident in the market, guys. You do not want to be overconfident in the freaking markets. Never. It's not good. It's not good. That's overconfidence is what gets people underwater in trades or whatever they're doing. That's how they end up being underwater for years and years to come, guys. And it can be years sometimes. Think about that. So people get overconfident in Bitcoin. Anybody who bought Bitcoin at, let's say they bought it at 55K, think about that, guys. They're confident that plan B told them it's going to 100K. Now, don't get me wrong. I think the guy's a nice guy. I think he was just, his analysis was off, okay? And it's to be expected. Like my analysis is going to be off some, but it made it to, say, let's just say 70K. But the thing is concerning is that, a guy with that amount of followers, 1 million plus followers, and to put that information out there is in a way not good for him, in my opinion. And it's also good for me because I pay attention to those people. You want to pay attention to the shiny stars, not necessarily the coins, also the shiny stars in the market, because they're the ones that are the shiny star where people are being gravitated towards. Okay. They're being gravitated towards them. And you're like, okay, this is what the market is doing. And they're pulling them this way, or they're pulling them this way through this other guy over here. You want to pay attention to those guys. What are they saying? What are they saying? We're going to pull them in over here, right? Pull them in over there. Okay. In the meantime, you sit back and you're like, wait a second. I don't think so. I don't think so. The majority of the market is never, ever right. I can guarantee you that. The only time they're going to be right is it continues to go up. But when you get to these correction areas, they're never, ever right. Whatever they say it's going to happen, it's always opposite of what the majority happens, guys. It's like a 95% success rate. Anyhow, I made it all the way to the end. Sorry, I rambled on a little bit. This is the end of my video, guys. Go ahead. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor. Thanks for supporting the channel. Those guys have supported the channel and also supported me. I do appreciate that. And it's just basically been basic stuff to try to keep this thing going. Don't make any money on YouTube. I don't make any money doing this, guys. This is all free. And I wouldn't say it's free, but it's my time. It's my time. So, that's why I'm going to go into a Discord channel, guys. Discord channel. And then maybe get some compensation or something like that. Otherwise, it's, I have to come to a decision point and say, hey, let's put this thing to an end and move on and go somewhere else, I guess. I mean, like, I'm a contrarian. I'm going to tell the views that are contrary to what the market is doing. So I'm not going to have a big market. That's just the way it is. And it's going to be much harder to sustain that. All right, guys. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.